You let me know when you can see something, or if you can.
I can see it.
Okay. Okay.
Let's start.
All right, guys.
From the deepest depths of the dark web, dark of the night.
Eric, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Great. What's going on, man?
Well, in the words of Stained, it's been a while.
It's been a while. It sure has been a while.
And
Yeah. It is so awesome to see you.
yeah, it's strange to be seeing you, hearing you, and I think that,
Why is it strange?
well, it's been how many years?
One.
One. It's been 1 year.
Yeah.
And it's felt like 9.
What do you...
Are you asking what I'm wearing? Why what I'm wearing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be gauche, but what are you... let me just cut to your angle so that... What is that?
It's a cloak. I mean, it's a blanket, but it would be a cloak if I was in another time.
Yeah.
And it's cold in my room. In this room.
And you're in Florida.
I'm in Florida. I decided to sell the old car and sort of hunker down in my sister's apartment. So she's letting me stay in her guest room, and it's nice. It's fine. I'm able to do some of my experiments here. I'm able to try out some of the vaccines that I'm trying them on myself.
That's really cool that you are... I didn't know that you had gotten into that. That's awesome, man. How are things going with that? The vaccines, are they for the current disease that's going around the country, or the...
No, they're for future and upcoming diseases, different coronaviruses that are yet to come. And, I'm trying to get a jump on that. So I've been learning a lot about molecular biology. I've been learning about RNA, and I've been learning about molecular structure. I'm not as far along as I'd like to be, but
That doesn't matter. I can I clear the air about something? I was a little pissed. I was a little
you
pissed.
didn't let me. You asked me if it was okay, and then I didn't.
You're right. Keep going.
Yeah,
Is-
it's okay.
Okay. I was a little mad when in the first 3 or 4 seconds when I saw you, let's say I was ready to be mad, but just hearing that you are the same person, that you are doing things that the reason I never imagined you getting into discovering vaccines is because you have no means to do it correctly. And so there's no reason why I would imagine you to be able to do something. I mean, there's no world in which you could possibly afford or have the skills to have the equipment or knowledge to figure out how to make anyone not get a sickness. And it's so exciting that you look the impossible in the face and you say, no thanks, I don't believe that you're here right now, you know? And I just think it's cool. It's inspiring to me.
Well, thanks. I didn't expect, honestly, coming onto this call, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if you would be sort of prepared to, I didn't know if you'd be friend or foe, I guess, is what I am thinking. And, in the same way that you're, I don't know, just communicating positive thoughts about what I'm up to. I mean, it looks like you've got some new gear, and good on you, because I know how you care a lot about archival recording technology, and looks like you've been continuing the good fight.
Well, let me
building a media center.
This is these are all these are all consumer VHS cameras, and I was able to after we lost the space, I was really, I was down and out because I also had a child right afterwards, and that was.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's not mine, but yeah. So if you here, I'm just gonna sit back down. But these are, yeah. Thank you. It wasn't easy to raise the $80 I needed to buy 3 of the same VHS cameras. Well, look, we obviously have a lot to catch up on.
We're here for a reason. That obviously, and
I guess I do have to say that I did notice there was kind of an imbalance in the amount of sort of compliments that was raining on you versus what you said about me. For a second, I was kind of like, oh, now he's reciprocating, but that was really sort of a very superficial thing you said about me just now, and it kind of puts me back sort of in the place of distrusting you.
Well, there's more I could say. The only thing is I wasn't sure whether you're actually.
Then say it.
I don't know if the sound is coming from the mic you were holding up to your mouth. It sounds like it was not. So that's the only reason I was holding back more compliments.
Okay. Look, we're here to talk about Skinwalker Ranch, right? So maybe if we just press on, we can work through some of this shit. Just
to be clear, are you actually... Is the mic you're holding live? Because it does not sound like that. But that's not to dissuade you from holding that mic up to your face.
Well, no, I was just showing it.
It's worth doing anyway.
I was trying to show it.
Yeah. I want to see it.
Look, this mic is, it's supposed to be live. It doesn't matter though. Look, we're here to talk about Skinwalker Ranch. I feel a little weird. I kind of went from feeling not weird to feeling really weird about doing this show with you right now. And maybe if we just kind of press forward with the issue at hand.
Folks, welcome to Dark of the Night. I'm Eric Yearwood.
I'm Alex Myers.
And it's been a year. We've got all the regular night crawlers are in the chat, and I'm seeing a lot of enthusiasm. We've got Matt in Los Angeles, Translations, Unopposed Beetle, Ed Toast, Hippie Steve. They're all here. Dr. Watney, of course.
It's great to have everybody. This is, I would say this is what I'd call the Growing Pains episode, and that doesn't have anything to do with Mike Seaver or even Ben Seaver, but I think it's this, we're just figuring out this new setup, right? So it's great to have everybody here for this sort of initial kickoff of a possible new setup.
And just to be clear, we don't know if this will ever happen again.
Right. I'm leaning towards I'm not sure.
Skinwalker Ranch is a show on the History Channel. Of course, we know Skinwalker Ranch is a place in Utah where a lot of unexplained phenomena occur. And there's a new show on the History Channel that highlights some of the goings on there and finally is exposing some of the mystery that Alex and I have been privy to for a long, long time. So we are, we both saw that the show was on the air. We started texting each other. I had to actually buy a SIM card. And then I had to send Alex a physical letter with my phone number on it, my new phone number. And we started texting back and forth, and we said, well, let's talk about this new show because it looks like they nailed it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you found this show. I'm glad you got back into torrenting and torrented the season, and then I torrented it. We do not have basic cable. We stole the show, and we do not plan to ever rent it or buy it. But it is good, and it's a yeah. It's basically it's your basic reality TV on the surface paranormal show, and that makes you want to go forget about it, right? It couldn't possibly be a serious piece of paranormal journalism. But it is an interesting document about this place that has real phenomena. They have unexplained lights coming from the land, unexplained sources of radiation, right? The area is documented as cursed by the Navajo. And that's in addition to seeing unexplained flying objects. It's a hotbed of paranormal activity, right?
Yeah.
And this show tells it on the ground level through this physicist that was brought in and a team of Travis Taylor, PhD, right? What's your opinion, knee-jerk opinion on the show?
Well, my first thought that I saw was holy shit when I saw it at the bus station. I took a bus down here from New York, and so my first thought was holy shit, and then I thought, fuck this, because we've been trying to get a show like this on the air for so long. Yeah. And it hasn't panned out.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are, whether you're Michael Jordan or you're Michael Jackson. If
Yep.
you see somebody doing the thing that you feel like you were made to do, and other people who are less or equally qualified are doing that thing, you think to yourself, well, yeah, I sold my life up the river for a
Yep.
silver dollar that wasn't even real.
Yeah.
And so those were my first two thoughts. And then I relaxed. I bought a Diet Coke and I started to watch, and I was like, this is good. This is really, really good.
And when you buy a Diet Coke, that's when you're saying, okay, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
And it's strange, and you have another drink right now, and just just hearing about Diet Coke makes me want to drink something. And look,
Yeah.
Travis Taylor, PhD, physicist, right? They bring this physicist on the show.
He's the star of the show.
He's the star of the show. Now, let me just say for the Nightcrawlers, it's very difficult to tell when you watch this show, Skinwalker Ranch, whether Travis Taylor is a skeptic or not. He as a scientist, I think the idea is that he would be a skeptic, that he's going to a place that has unexplained radiation, and he shows up and his first thing he says is, well, there were several nuclear bomb tests right near here. That might explain the unexplained radiation. And that's the time when you start thinking, well, this guy's going to be no fun, Right. But it's honestly it's hard to think how a serious physicist would be, and when I say serious, I mean a serious asshole, because any scientist who doesn't believe in the UFO community is a serious asshole. It's hard to think that a classic asshole scientist would show up. You got to give this guy the benefit of the doubt just for showing up. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah, you've got this guy who's he's got a bunch of degrees. He sounds like he's been involved in a lot of important scientific research, and he is showing up. He's taking a risk by coming to this place in Utah, and he meets this team of I'm not even sure like why they are a team.
They're basically a bunch of men who are hired and given titles, like head of security, like head investigator. Nothing you have to go to school for sure.
And one of the head of security is a guy named Dragon.
Right.
And for anyone who hasn't seen this show, out there, the Nightcrawlers.
Should we show a clip, Eric?
Let's show a clip just so that people can have something to kind of hang their hats on.
Right. Okay. Here we go. Let's. So this is what we're gonna do. Quick, just to catch everybody up, is I'm gonna pull up, Eric, a little. Why don't we show them the first minute of the show, which is a good sort of cliffhanger type thing, that's really there to wet your whistle. And
so this is Skinwalker Ranch, episode 1. And the people in the chat are talking about flat Earth theory.
Hello, Travis. Hey, Thomas. Hey, I'm not sure where you're at.
So Matt in Los Angeles says it's PC audio only right now. I'm not sure what that means. So he said, so we hear the show and Eric. So we don't hear Alex.
Hello, Travis. Hey, Thomas. Hey, I'm not sure where you're at on the property, but there's something going on out here. Come over.
Okay, we're gonna let it play out, folks. Alex says, here we go.
y'all, I'd recommend not to touch it till we see if it's radioactive or not.
Too late. Tom and I rolled over just to see if we could see any animal markings on it. No sign of trauma.
What in the world? There's no cat tracks, there's no sign of struggle.
Middle of the day.
It's just dead. It's hard to kill a cow. We'll check it with the Geiger counter, Dragon.
I saw her this morning, but she was alive.
Is that late morning?
Look at the meters just going crazy. Yeah. Jumping high, then it jumps back to 0. 13, 14, we're at 15, 16.
Is it still doing
hey,
it?
Is it 5? It's 18. It just jumped to 18 just then. Jim, are you seeing anything on the spectrum analyzer?
Actually, I am.
You are? What are you seeing?
Something down in the lower areas. So I'm getting some pretty high spikes. Some of the stuff like you saw yesterday.
See that?
What does this mean?
We don't know what it is, but we're seeing it with multiple instruments.
So this is something...
Something could be happening right now, out of the ordinary. We need to get out of here, guys.
Is there really a safe place on this ranch? We're quickly losing places that are safe to go on this ranch.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the clip from Skinwalker Ranch. We're switching back over now to the other angle. Guys, tell us if you can hear Alex's audio now.
They should be able to. I saw the problem before. My USB mic was not on that angle. So I'll say.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys.
Great, thanks, guys. So Eric, they're at this place, right? Skinwalker Ranch. It has an actual history of paranormal activity, or purported paranormal activity. I'm not just going to jump on the bandwagon, although I am on it. If I was there with a Geiger counter, right, and I was near an area, if I was a scientist and I was 150 miles away from a place where multiple atomic bombs were dropped,
right,
and my Geiger counter was going crazy, I'd say, can we stop? And I was a scientist, I'd say, let's stop making the show. We're all getting sick from radiation. But right. as a person who's a little bit more enlightened, what I want to say is, let's stay and kind of mill around animals that are dropping dead.
Yeah.
From areas that are spiking in dangerous radiation. Because those are all just signals to throw you off the trail, right?
Right. Yeah. You definitely need to weigh quickly. You have to make a snap decision. Is my personal health and well-being, the possibility of being poisoned by radiation from a nuclear bomb, worth me sort of maybe finding some evidence that there were aliens that were dissecting cows out here? And the answer 9 times out of 10 to that question is going to be a resounding yes.
Yeah.
And you're going to look around at 10 people that are standing nearby and the History Channel production team, and you're going to say, like, let's keep going. Can I get some crafty to eat while I'm in between takes while I'm standing here?
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, we better get out of here over to the crafty table and then do another take, because this is good stuff. I do think that that's right, Eric, because it's like the reason 9 times out of 10 you want to stay is because I, for one, think that when a place, I don't think that I'm on the right track in a paranormal investigation unless I'm getting sick in some way.
And we've borne that out with our personal experience, haven't we?
Right. Yep. And
how many times have we been just throwing up in the street because we have eaten something that we've been exposed to E. coli. We've literally swam through rivers of shit.
He's not kidding. He's not kidding, folks. He's not kidding. Because we went to the most polluted river in the world, the Ganges River. And they said, hey, if you're gonna visit India, it's a beautiful place. Just don't go in the Ganges. And we just went right into it.
And this is online.
Yep. The point is that these guys are showing by showing this right at the top of the show, they're showing their bona fides. They're showing we're in a dangerous situation. It's high stakes. It's not only interesting to watch, we're also showing that we're willing, these guys, it's like we're touching a cow that's been exposed to ionizing radiation that could take 7 to 8 weeks to show that you've been immediately killed by the radiation, and we're willing to, for $100 a day and some wheat thins and Go-Gurt, say I want to find out if this cow was killed by somebody who's flying around in the sky,
somebody from another planet.
Yeah.
And you've got to put your personal health, safety, and well-being on the line right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what are you doing?
Yes.
I mean, we have been making this show now for 12, 15 years.
I was going to say 15,000.
And I mean, we want to stop making it.
Yeah.
We desperately want to not be doing this.
Somebody take my cameras and fucking throw them in the garbage. Please! Yeah.
But
I don't want to make it anymore. But we carry on.
We are.
Yeah.
And this is no time for half measures. We've got the virus going around. We've got the final war in the initial phases of the final war. These are things that are unfolding now. And so, like, all that to say, if you're not willing to get your hands dirty, then it just kind of goes to show that you're not really serious about paranormal investigation.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled to see that these people they're kicking off the show with the message that, look, we're willing to go the full mile, the full Monty.
Yeah, they're willing to go the full Monty, and full Monty reminds me of the movie That Thing You Do, and it actually just because it's another musical movie from the 90s, it's a show-based entertainment movie about kind of a ragtag group, and there's a scene in that movie, right, when the bass player quits the band in That Thing You Do. And they're kind of a Beatles-esque band, and a new bass player shows up, and they say, how do we know that you mean business? And he does a bass solo, and it's a great bass solo, right? And what's happening in the show, Eric, is they're like, oh, you don't know if we mean business? Here's a bass solo. You know what I'm saying? They're saying
they start off with the bass solo.
They start off. It's like,
and that's a brave move.
Yeah, it's because it's not something anybody wants to listen to.
Right. They start off by saying, "Look, warts and all, this is me," and this is something you're not even gonna like this show.
No, because it's not a good show. I didn't like watching it.
I honestly didn't like watching it. I felt compelled to.
Yep.
And I felt like this is kind of a way in which we can have an excuse to talk to each other over live stream again, because it's been a year.
What are you wearing? You look like, and I don't mean to sort of interrupt you, but you look, I didn't mean to get mad. What the fuck are you wearing? You look like Joseph from an Easter play.
Well, yeah, I'm wearing a a hood. And your video cameras look like shit. So.
Well, you know, I'm glad we're sort of getting to it. I'm glad we're getting to it.
Yeah. Yeah, you walked out on the show, man. You walked out on all of our dreams. Do you have any
fucking idea how much Gerber baby food costs? $2.29 a jar.
I don't. It's true.
It is true. I had a child, and it's not mine. He's upstairs. I have to feed him. So yes, do you think I want to buy Gerber baby food for a child that's not mine?
Well, maybe if you told me where this thing came from, then I'd have a little bit more compassion. But right now, all you told me is that he's here. There's a child I have now, and you said that your twins cut ties with you. Your ex-wife relocated.
Yeah.
Apparently, you're living in this. I don't even know how you can afford to live in this place, and you have this mystery child.
Well, guess
I don't know
what?
To think.
Guess what? All right. Someone who says I slept with them is rich, but refuses to pay for the Gerber baby food. And so they provide the room and board, but I have to pay for the baby food.
I don't. So let me get this straight. You slept with a rich woman, or at least they claim that you slept with them, but you claim you did not sleep with them. And this rich woman had the child, but makes the child live with you in a place that they are paying for, and they'll pay for everything except for the food that goes in the child's mouth.
Yeah. Yep. Now, it's taken me a year to hollow out this basement. And kind of kind of get to a place where I could reach out to you, and look at what I'm trying to do to make it up to you, man. Look at this place. It's a palace. It's a palace. It's got so much room. I dug this out. I dug it all out.
What do you mean you dug it out?
I dug. It's all for you. I don't want to be here. Not without you.
You dug it out of what?
The floor.
What's it? But I mean, it's made. It looks like it's made out. I'm seeing what's clearly like drywall.
Well, yeah. Well, she said, I went to the woman who claims that this baby's mine. I said I dug a basement. She said, well, let me know what lumber you need.
What?
I don't know.
This sounds like complete horseshit. They say that the best lies have a grain of truth, and then it's wrapped in a bunch of nonsense. Clearly someone thinks that this is your child. So that part must be true.
Look, all I'm saying, man, is I'm not just like spinning. I'm not just like spinning an insane story to try to like get off the hook and not be a good father. Okay, I'm not just like making up this like almost stream of consciousness like list of nonsense explanations so that I don't have to take responsibility. This is what happened. And it's so crazy. How could I come to you with this story? No one would ever believe it. And what I'm trying to say.
Whatever the case, you let me down, you let Sandpiper down. People in the chat are saying hashtag make Sandpiper pay for it.
Okay.
I mean, this COVID-19 thing that's happening, this could have been our ticket to Hollywood. I mean, we have been predicting some sort of extinction level event since we were in short pants. And now it's happening. And because you went off the grid in order to dig out a basement, whatever that means, we missed our window to sell Dark of the Night for millions and millions of dollars. And now the economy's going back down the tubes. I had to sell my car. I had to sell every single newspaper. I had newspapers in that car that went back to the Apollo 11 launch. And I had to sell them to a pawn shop in order to get money for a bus ticket to come down to live in to Florida and live in my sister's guest room. And now I'm dressed like, Yasser Arafat. I don't even know why.
Hey.
It's hot as hell outside. I am burning up with this thing on right now, but I thought I'd look cool. I thought I'd look like I was Emperor Palpatine.
Look.
And apparently I don't.
Look, Eric. Take the hood off for a second. I want to say something to you. When I don't have this show, and when I don't have your perspective and your wisdom and your energy and your search for truth and your passion, I fall into a dark place where I don't know what's up, I don't know what's down, I don't know what's true. I don't know if it's a good thing that I'm not being a good father. I don't know if
this show is good. I mean, these people that are watching us right now, the night crawlers, they must be out of their fucking minds. I mean, this is entertainment? Like,
no.
And I don't know how to make it good. I don't know how to turn this nightmare we keep reliving over and over, the show we keep making. I don't know how to make it good. Like, so Nightcrawlers, if you're out there, what even is good?
It's not good! It's real. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah. I guess it is the truth. I'll be honest with you, man. I was wearing this shawl and the hood because I didn't want you to see that I had headphones on. And I didn't want you to think that I needed that in order to hear what you were saying.
Yeah.
I wanted you to think that I had some gear in here that would allow me to hear you without having a feedback loop. And so I wore the headphones and I put this thing on my head, and wasn't the truth.
Yeah.
This is the truth.
Thank you for saying that. And I guess let me say my side of the truth. I didn't dig the basement. I put the VHS cameras on a credit card, and I had to move here because I found out that I had impregnated a baby. Well, not that sounds.
You impregnated him.
Well, not that. No. When I made a baby. I made a baby. And impregnated someone with a baby. And I felt so embarrassed because you're the. Do you know
Sheila? Sheila from
Best Buy.
Fucking A.
She
right
is.
On, man.
Yeah, well.
What a big bong. No way!
Dude, She's rich. And she's rich. She was
and
like,
she's hot.
She's hot. She's rich and hot. And she was like, and she was like, she's like, do the right thing, Alex. And I was like, it's gonna ruin my life, but I think I will.
Yeah. She's the kind of girl that you're like, she does not poop.
Yeah. Right. Because you're just like, she couldn't possibly poop because I have a distorted view of, females, and I'm sticking, I'm sticking by it. Yeah. Cause that, for me, that, I agree. If I could set a rule for her, I'd say no using the bathroom.
Well.
Right.
Look. Like, things have changed, I guess.
Things have changed, but I want you to know that, look, I've sort of moved on into a new chapter. Sheila is kind of footing the bill to my, as long as I do have to pitch in. That was not, I do have to pay for the baby food. She's sort of out. She said, go downstairs and play with your stupid shit. And I obliged. So
just to be clear, first of all, people in the chat don't like the name Sheila.
Right.
Well, and what do they want us to do about that?
What do they say? What don't you guys like about the name Sheila? And not that I disagree. I'm curious to hear before I sort of poison the well with my POV on that.
It's not clear. They keep saying fuck that person. There's a person saying Mr. Magoo who's saying fuck that person. That is not Mr. Magoo is not a name that I. That is Dr. Watney's saying that she may possibly be the mother of the child. So, but
well, look, one thing I'll say, I just want to get this out of the way to the Nightcrawlers. Whether it's the name of this woman Sheila, who claims that I had the baby with her, and even though I sort of confessed that it was mine, I'm still basically willing to deny it at any point in time. If it gets me to where I need to be. Dr. Watney, that's possible. Anything is possible.
Well, you know, man, I just, you know, you blew up you ruined the show. You ruined the show, but things change.
Yeah.
And things change inevitably. I mean, one of us was bound to either catch a Sasquatch, dissect it, and make $1 billion, and screw the other one over, and become like a Jeff Bezos level billionaire, or we were gonna both die penniless, and one of those things will happen. And so life will change inevitably one way or another. So the fact that you got somebody pregnant out of wedlock and you had a child that you a bastard child that you don't take responsibility for, that, and you ruined the show, that is another path that life went down. There's an old Buddhist proverb where they ask a man whose cattle all died, they say, isn't that a tragedy that all of your livestock died? And he said, let's wait and see. And then the death of all his livestock, he had all this meat, and there was a meat famine, and they bought all the meat. And they say, wow, you're rich now. Isn't that wonderful? And he said, let's wait and see. And then all his money was stolen by a robber. And they said, isn't that horrible? And he said, let's wait and see. And on. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you really get what I'm saying? Or should I? Because there's a few more.
I thought that there was going to be sort of an upshot. Like a summary.
Well,
but yeah, I think I'm getting it.
And here it is. Well, you tell me what you think the summary is.
I think it means that you don't know at any point in time. You have to see what happens next in life, you know?
No.
Because it could... Okay.
It's that there is always something else around the corner.
Well, you see that's almost... Not verbatim, but that is what I just said.
Right. Yep.
Why did you disagree with me just now, then?
Because it sounded like you were saying there's something up in the chimney.
Okay. Well, look, I don't know what that means, but I know you're in Florida and you have sort of a different set of slang down there. I get it. What's happening right now?
You mean the dog barking?
Is there a dog?
That's
no. This changes everything. Important. This changes everything. You point to me. You point to me. You point to me. And you say, I ruined the show!
There's a dog here.
Okay.
I know. I said I was allergic to dogs. I know that was the reason why you sold your computer equipment so that I could get an allergy test and so that I could make sure I said, I think I'm allergic to dogs, and I can't do any more field research at the dog park to see about evidence that the Jersey Devil had been there. And you were like, are you sure? And I said, I don't know. And you said, I'll sell my computer equipment. We'll get you tested. We'll find out. We'll get to the bottom of this. Are you allergic to dogs or not? And you did. And you sold all your gear, and you got me allergy tested, and... And I said I went to go get allergy tests, and I didn't get allergy tests. I went to the mall. And I bought a bunch of clothes.
Man,
I bought a bunch of clothes with the money that you...
Man, we are a mess. We are a fucking mess. We really, you know, we finally gotten to the point where we can finally say we are a goddamn fucking mess, and we have lied to each other to the extent that we don't know. How can we investigate the truth, Eric? Where did you get that? Where did you get that?
Got it at Starbucks.
Okay.
I quit drinking.
Is that...
I haven't had a drink since January 1.
Is that even true?
That part's true.
Okay. And I believe you. Maybe we should just ask the same question twice. And that, you know, that way we don't know. Because
What? Why?
Well, no, it's not. No, you're right. That's not a good idea.
I still don't think there's any sound coming out of that mic.
Well, look, there is.
Listen, I don't know what this show is about anymore. I don't know if it's about Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know if it's about us. I think if the show is about itself, I think we need the Nightcrawler. The Nightcrawlers really are the show. The Nightcrawlers, you need to tell us what you want this to be, if you want it to be. Because otherwise it's just going to be Alex and I, week after week, just basically lamenting about the fact that our lives are ruined. Dr. Whitney says she wants it to be a show about the truth in the night, which I feel like is sort of a... I feel like that's a... They're saying that that's what they want. They say that they're the mediators between the two of us.
Guys, I need to ask your advice. How can Eric and I reconcile right now? Because I feel like he was once my brother in arms. Like he was my comrade. And right now I'm not feeling real close. Where do we begin? You know?
Kiss the screen. Well, sex stuff, obviously. That's not gonna...
I mean, I wish they would have said something that would have uncovered really less sort of discomfort, but it really sort of ramped it up immediately.
They're saying I should have a baby and then we're even. Yeah, what if I could, folks? What if I could? Listen, I don't know where we go from here, man. I don't know if, you know, we both have a passion for the paranormal. We both have a passion for the truth. We're in the midst of the first stage of the final war. And you know.
You know, I never thought that when the final war started, that we would have been divided.
Right.
Which is a real shitty you know. It's like I want to throw up.
Well, look, we've got something coming out that is a big deal. We've got a video we're going to release, and if nothing else, this is something that we're both passionate about, and something that's important to the both of us. And Nightcrawlers, I feel like it's important to loop you guys in on this because we need your help to promote it. We still have a tiny, thin sliver of hope that we can have our own Skinwalker Ranch show, that we could have a primetime show. And so in order to both encapsulate the hard work that we've done on Dark of the Night over the past few years, and to have a portfolio piece that we can show to potential investors, we have created a promo video for Dark of the Night, and we're looking to release that promo video this week, and we need your help to promote it. So if you're watching, if you're listening, can you, in the chat, commit and say, yes, I will promote this promo video? And we don't usually ask you to do stuff like this, but at this point, you know, I mean, why not? Okay, they're all saying Matt Los Angeles is committed, Translation's committed, Magoo committed. They will promote this video. They're all talking, saying they're going to do that. So
that makes me feel kind of dumb, because it's such a beautiful thing, you know, that our petty squabbling, you know, it's like I ruined the show, I didn't ruin the show. No, yeah, it's like I ruined the show, but you're fucking, you know, kind of
don't not say no. Don't say whatever you're gonna say. I hear you.
Okay. Well, it makes me feel like I have some. It's like we have a purpose, you know, and we've become divided, you know. We're not even making sense anymore, you know. Like you know, sometimes when we get into these arguments, it's like, what are we even talking about? You know, and we have a journey, a destiny to go on together, and we have a Greek chorus a branded Greek chorus, you know, kind of cheering us on. They're the Nightcrawlers. The Nightcrawlers.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, the Nightcrawlers. They're cheering us
on.
on.
Right. Listen, I don't know if going back to a regularly scheduled weekly show is a good thing or a bad thing, or even if it's something that we're going to do or not do.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful for this show. And I'm thankful that we're both committed to the truth, to getting out into the night with bullwhips and guns and Nintendo 64 controllers, and just going hog wild on figuring out, are UFOs real, and if so, what have they been doing to me late at night? And that's all we ever can really know and hang our hat on. So look, man, thanks.
Well, thank you. You know, I think that we've gone on a long journey together, and I, for one, am not ready to take my hat and kind of just ruin it. Just ruin all of the stuff that I usually wear on the show, because we have a journey to go on, and if I don't have this stuff, I'll feel weird when I'm on camera.
The hippie Steve. If you're hearing something, that's my sister's boyfriend, who's, I think, talking about how he had got sand in his shoes. I don't have any privacy here. Nevertheless, our Nightcrawlers in the chat, they're all copying and pasting the Nightcrawler creed, which I get the sense that they're copying and pasting, but it would seem more authentic if they were actually each writing it out individually. But I think it's worthwhile for us to recite the creed. I'm not even sure that you remember it, but
I'd like you to lead the creed, because I do remember it, but I'm wondering if you can. I'm wondering if you can fucking read.
We are the Nightcrawlers.
We are the Nightcrawlers.
We will always search for the paranormal truth.
We will always search for the paranormal truth.
Through eternity, loyalty, honesty.
Through eternity, loyalty, honesty.
We'll stay together through thick or thin.
We'll stay together through thick and thin.
I'll show you everything.
I'll show you everything.
With arms wide open.
With arms wide open.
Here comes a ghost, I'll stab you.
Here comes a ghost, I'll stab you.
Yeah.
Well, look, I think this has been an interesting test, and I'm glad. I think it feels like that was stirred up some feelings inside me, and I'm glad that we could have a little time to sort of break through some of the initial issues. And I just want to say that I believe, that the promo that we're going to release next week is really well edited.
You're saying that because you edited it?
Yeah.
That's cool. I think that the graphics are super good.
Yep. And the editing.
I did the graphics.
Yep, and the editing.
And the 3D, there's 3D in it. But the point is that we have been working on it. Folks, watch for the promo this week. You've all committed now to promoting it, and we have the archive of the chat, which is a legally binding document in Qatar, and so you are all committed to, you are obligated now to sharing it. So thanks for tuning in, folks. And whether or not we are actually back for good, we are back today.
I'm going to end with the show opening again. Farewell.
From the deepest depths of the dark web, dark of the night.